Hi guys, and welcome to Sherlaw's Bike Reviews. My name's Lenny and I'm here to give you a customer review on some of the latest bikes available from Sherlaw's Motorcycles Aberdeen. On this video I'll be taking a look at the all-new Triumph Speed Triple 1200 RS. If fast and naked is your thing, hang around and I'll let you know what I think of this new offering from Triumph. Triumph say that this model is the most powerful, highest torque and fastest accelerating Speed Triple ever, with an all-new 1160cc triple engine, and having spent 2 days getting to know this bike, I couldn't agree more. Having been a previous owner of a 2016 Speed Triple 94 edition, which housed the 1050cc triple engine, I'm well aware of the fun that these bikes give. Raw power, bags of torque, and that massive fun factor of an unfaired wind rush that you get from a naked bike. This one is no exception. In fact, it's amped through the roof. The Speed Triple 1200 RS really does what it says on the tin. Acceleration is outstanding in every gear, with bags of torque where you need it. Send the bike into the upper rev range and it screams, wanting to lift the front wheel in as many gears as I dare try. But not only is it powerful, it's also a surprisingly very agile bike considering the size of the power plant between your legs. Changing direction is very precise and light. As you can maybe tell, this is a bike I've really been looking forward to riding. I currently own a 2019 BMW S1000R, which I absolutely love. So getting a chance to ride this for the review and to compare it as a potential replacement was good news for me, but maybe not so much for my bank account. When I first got on the bike, I did feel that the power of the 1200 was a little bit sort of on-off when riding it from Sherlaw's in the city, but adjusting my right hand to allow for the extra power and delivery of it, I soon got the hang of it and became very familiar of how this bike likes to be ridden. This is not a machine for the faint-hearted. You open the throttle and this bike will want to lift the front wheel. Fortunately, Triumph's electronics do a good job of minimising that lift, but I will say that the lack of a steering damper on the RS means you need to keep those bars aligned to prevent any wobble when you touch back down to earth. Of course, when I'm doing these test reviews I am only on third-party insurance, so riding them to the limit isn't my agenda. This is real-world riding, not track days, but generally a good feel and a bit of fun with the bike is what I'm after. Fun is certainly not in short supply with the Speed Triple 1200 RS. Okay, so let's get some of the numbers and stats out of the way. The engine on the Speed Triple 1200 RS is an all-new 1160cc triple, delivering 180 brake horsepower, 125 Nm of torque, all in a bike that weighs in at only 198 kg wet. That's 30 brake horsepower up on the previous model, 8 Nm of torque over the last one, and also 10 kg lighter. It's very noticeable in the riding of the bike. Front brakes are twin 320mm floating discs, Brembo style monoblock calipers. Stopping power is as you'd hope, with plenty feel and confidence to bring you to a controlled stop with ABS as standard. The bike I rode on the test had the optional extra of crash protection fitted. Sherlaw's do trust me really. Rear suspension is Öhlins TTX 36 twin tube monoshock with preload, rebound and compression damping. I've seen other reviewers complain that the ride was too firm. It's a naked sports bike, and in my opinion, firm yet fit for purpose. The rear brake is a single 220mm disc, Brembo twin piston caliper. Adequate for the job, I had no issues with the stopping power of the RS. Tyres on the Speed are Metzeler Racetech RRK3s. Fantastic grip and confidence in these tyres, and I'm sure a better rider than me can use more of it in the right conditions. There's an all-new 5-inch TFT dash to play with a host of rider modes, including 5 configurable riding modes: rain, road, sport, track and rider. My only complaint at startup on the dash is it does take a little while to kick into touch. Perhaps maybe a software update in the future might fix that. The styling of the Speed Triple is open to criticism. I've heard opinions on it being said that the colour scheme is boring, that it lacks any excitement, but for me, I feel that Triumph have kept the styling of the Speed Triple to its heritage, some of the lines and looks maintaining that Speed Triple classic look to it. The bug eyes are still there, albeit in a more sleek, narrow profile. I like the looks of the 1200 RS, but of course everyone's taste is different. One thing I think they could have improved on was, while they've got that carbon front mudguard, why didn't they put one on the back as a carbon hugger? I'm sure it keeps the aftermarket parts people happy. There is a host of rider electronics on the RS, including optimised cornering ABS and switchable optimised cornering traction control with IMU, front wheel lift control, and for a naked sports bike, it's even got cruise control. I'm a big fan of cruise control. I use it on my own bike. Particularly handy for giving your wrists and hands a break, or maintaining a steady speed to keep your licence points free, or even getting your jazz hands on. Jazz. Nice. Next up, I needed to see what the RS was like through town riding. When I first picked up the bike, I found it to be a little snatchy, but having got used to the throttle, I wanted to give it a second chance. Putting the bike in road mode does help a lot with that, but first gear is still quite long. That said, fueling isn't an issue, and the 1200 RS is perfectly capable as a commuter and a bike around town. Turn and circle is excellent, so no issues nipping in and out of traffic. Spending a wee bit of time riding around Aberdeen, I actually really enjoyed myself. It's nimble and light enough, and even though the seat height is a little taller than my S1000R, it's still manageable for a short lad like me. As has become the norm for doing these videos, I like to take it for a wee urban photo shoot, and the sun was shining, so why not? Okay, so it's not the loudest of bikes, but that's Euro 5 regulations unfortunately. Again, one for the aftermarket sellers. I had the chance to take the 1200 RS along to a bike night and get some other opinions on it. It got a good bit of attention on the night and all pretty positive. Split opinions on the lights as always with the Speed Triple, but in general the feedback was good, with a quality build and its performance being the big talking point of the night. The ride home was a lot of fun. Even with the bright summer nights here in Scotland, I still had a chance to use those controversial lights. They seem to put a good pattern down on the road, and bright enough too. I've no doubt they would be good enough in pitch dark. The TFT screen is nice and bright without being too glaring, and provides all the essential info that you need: speed, rev counter and gear indicator. I like the fact that Triumph are doing backlit controls these days. I reckon all major bike manufacturers should be doing that. Obviously during ownership you get used to where your controls are as second nature, but just look at it, it's cool. The TFT dash is home to all of the Bluetooth gadgets and info for the setup of the bike. I didn't have enough time to go through testing all of it, but suffice to say it's easy to access via a joystick on the left of the controls and pretty intuitive. My only complaint is that, a bit like myself, it's slow to react on startup. This could be just teething issues, and hopefully Triumph will release a software update to speed it up a bit. I'd like to say a big thanks to the guys at Shirlaws Motorcycles Aberdeen for letting me take the Speed Triple 1200 RS out for a couple of nights. I've been very impressed with this bike. Will I consider trading my S1000R for one? At £15,100 it's a fair bit to trade up, and for more power that I don't really need. But if I was considering a move to a Super Naked, this bike has to be at the top of your list. If you'd like to take a test ride for yourself, give the team a shout on Aberdeen 01224 584 855. I'm sure they'd be more than happy to assist. I hope you've enjoyed this wee ride review. I'm hoping to do some more in the near future, so please hit the like button and subscribe for more future content. Smash that notifications bell too so that you don't miss a video. Anyway, thanks for watching, ride safe, and see you on the next video.